Hello, welcome to this update for the severe weather. So we'll be taking a look at mainly the U.S. and Canada, the threat for severe storms. So let's see, today and the next few days. So there's a big marginal risk today in parts of northern Kansas, Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, north and south Dakota, uh, eastern Montana, and eastern Wyoming. And also that marginal risk in parts of Arkansas, Missouri, western Kentucky, and Illinois, and even northwestern Tennessee. So tornado threat is less than 2%, but always be aware. Wind threat is 5% in both marginal areas, and hail threat is a little bit smaller, but also 5% in those areas. So isolated severe wind and hail were possible this afternoon from the Ozarks and Upper Ohio Valley over the northern central Great Plains from late afternoon into tonight. So be aware. Let's see the next few days here, and then we'll discuss the models for today there. So for tomorrow, there's a big slight risk all the way from northeastern Montana to Wisconsin. And let's see here. There's this marginal risk too from Montana to northwestern Indiana there. The tornado threat is 2 areas of 2% tomorrow in Montana, North Dakota, parts of Minnesota, and North Dakota too. Wind threat is in all the areas 5-15%, and hail 2 small areas of 15% in Minnesota, parts of Montana and North Dakota, and then the 5%. So let's see, multiple clusters of strong to severe storms are possible across parts of the northern plains, upper Mississippi Valley on Saturday. So be aware for Saturday. For Sunday, there's also a slight risk parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, and this marginal risk all the way from Michigan to parts of northeastern Montana. So probabilistic 5-15%. Let's see. Strong to severe thunderstorms are possible from the northern plains into the Midwest on Sunday. So be aware for Sunday. For Monday here, there's another slight risk, 15% area in parts of Minnesota, Michigan, Indiana, northern Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa. So be aware. And day 5, there's nothing yet. Nor day 6, day 7, nor day 8. Nothing yet. So let's see. Another thing here is the fire outlook. It's critical today in parts of southeastern Oregon and northwestern Nevada, and that big elevated area all the way from northern Colorado to northeastern California there. And there's these 2 brown areas here for the possibility of isolated dry thunderstorms. So parts of California, Nevada, and Utah and Arizona. So be aware. And for day 2 here, there's a big area of isolated dry thunderstorms possible, and the elevated in parts of Oregon, Nevada, California, Montana, and Idaho. So be aware there. And let's see. And yeah, so let's see some other hazards and rainfall stuff, and then after we talk about Canada, we'll show you the models and everything of the storms. So let's see. This the map for today. Some heavy rain along the east coast and not areas there. Let's see. Day 2, the severe storms and a little bit of heavy rain still. Day 3. So let's see. Precipitation for today, for Saturday, for Sunday, for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday. And this can always change, it's just a forecast. And days 1 through 7 here has a big hotspot in the east coast, parts of Canada too, Mexico, and parts of the southwest, and parts of Missouri and other areas too in the north. So let's see. Excessive rainfall, big slight risk from South Carolina to Massachusetts, and this marginal from South Carolina to New Hampshire. Another marginal in Texas and Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and those areas, Illinois and northeastern Oklahoma. Day 2, there's still a slight there in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and other areas. I think that's Rhode Island and other areas. And this marginal from South Carolina to Maine, and that's marginal in parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, and those areas. Still marginal in southeast Texas and the southwest. For day 3, for Sunday, I think, a big marginal in the north and the southwest. Day 4, a similar thing, a marginal there in the north, in the southwest, and even southeast Texas, southernmost Texas, yes. And day 5, still in the southwest, a marginal, in the north, parts of Midwest. So be aware. So let's see here. There's some forecast maps here, the rain and the thunderstorm probabilities and everything. So let's see some more hazards. We have the flood watches on the east coast, some heat advisories in Texas, in the plains, in parts of the Rockies, Montana, but especially the plains there. And in the west, some heat advisories and excessive heat warnings in most of the southwest and west there. And some red flag warnings in places. Some excessive heat watches there, and more stuff. Let's see, but this change all the time here. Let's see some hazards for Canada, and then we will check the severe weather forecast. So let's see. Let's just load this again here, and let's see here. So we have some big areas for air quality advisories because of the wildfires. Some air quality advisories in Saskatchewan and parts of Alberta. Still some heat warnings in southern Alberta, in British Columbia. So they say daytime highs into the 30s still. More heat warnings there in the south. Let's see. Wait, another heat warning there. They even have some severe thunderstorms already. Another heat warning southern Manitoba. Heat warning southern Saskatchewan. The air quality advisory. And then special air quality statement for the smoke there. In Ontario, have a bunch of heat warnings. They say humidity index up to 35 and highs expected near 29 degrees. More heat warnings. You have this gigantic severe thunderstorm watches here. So let's see what they say. Conditions for developing dangerous thunderstorms can producing damaging wind gusts, large hail, and heavy rain. Thunderstorms continue as a weak cold front travels through Saskatchewan. These thunderstorms will move towards the east and southeast on Friday morning. Some may remain severe for the next few hours. So this is already ongoing, I think. They have another severe thunderstorm watch there. I think it's for the same deal. And then this other severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Manitoba. These conditions for developing severe thunderstorms. The thunderstorms moved into western Manitoba overnight. These storms will continue moving towards the east, southeast during pre-dawn hours, and some will remain severe into Friday morning. So this is already happening. It's still happening there. And then we have shows in Ontario, another severe thunderstorm watch. This morning, into this evening, parts of western Ontario. So conditions for the development severe thunderstorms, keep those strong winds, gusts, and large hail. So be aware. In the east there, we have some heat warnings still. Highs up to 37, no, 27, sorry, and 28. And some minimal temperature overnight into 20 degrees. So be aware. A heat warning in Nova Scotia too. And let's see the severe weather outlook here. So today, overnight into Saturday, we might have some strong and severe storms crossing parts of Manitoba and Saskatchewan and going south into the U.S. later. so that they have the greatest risk area in parts of southern Manitoba there, and then in Saskatchewan in a lighter risk area in yellow there, all the way into Ontario. So let's see the model here for Canada and for the US. So in this model we can see the US, and also we will try to look at southern Canada there. So let's see, we have those storms now in parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, which are the ones I talked about that are happening now, and then they might diminish a little bit, but then this afternoon shows some more storms over Ontario there. And what will start happening is that by tonight, so let's see, Saturday, yeah, so we get these storms in parts of the U.S. this afternoon, parts of North and South Dakota in that marginal risk there, and then also in parts of Saskatchewan too. It is showing some storms there, and then by overnight these storms become very strong and move over Manitoba there, and by tomorrow morning still some strong storms moving over Ontario there, and then by tomorrow afternoon, something like that, they will start reactivating in parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin there, and then cause the greater severe weather threat down there in Michigan, Wisconsin, and those areas by tomorrow evening and afternoon. So this is already Sunday 10Z. So this might be like Saturday overnight into Sunday. So like the afternoon, the evening, and overnight there. So let's see here. Something else. Wait, let's see. So I wanted to show this what I said before about the storms there moving south from Canada there. So because there's this one from the Euro model that shows that low pressure system there in Canada today on Friday, and then lots of showers and some storms associated with it there, and then it shows like by tonight into tomorrow we have that cold front there with the storms moving south from Saskatchewan and Manitoba there, moving south and east there towards Minnesota and Ontario. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see there the system and the cold front coming down. But because I saw with the HER model that most of the storms were coming north from the US into Canada, like overnight, but the Euro showing the cold front going south there with most of the storms. So we might get both, like the cold front there in Canada and the storms in the US going kind of north. But let's see. So here's a better look like central Canada. So Friday the 12th we have that low pressure there, and then it forms like these storms and this cold front moving like southeast. So that's Friday into Saturday overnight, and the storms move like south and east there according to the European model. But things can always change, so these models change a lot. But let's see. The GFS has kind of a similar thing. It has the low pressure there, and then the storms forming, moving like east and south a little bit into like Ontario and Minnesota there. So I guess we'll have to see. But if you are in either this marginal risk or this light risk, be aware of the storms today and tomorrow if you are in these areas. Even if the setup plays out differently, be aware. And if you are in any of these areas in Canada, throughout Manitoba and Saskatchewan and Western Ontario, be aware of very strong storms too, and warn others there. So let's see some more stuff here. So let's see here. So this is the Cape, the instability. Surprisingly, the euro is showing some huge amounts of Cape in North Dakota, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba today. Today it's only a marginal risk, so there won't be as much storms to feed off of this, but this Cape might help some storms there. And let's see. And into Saturday, tomorrow we'll get those storms overnight there, and but by Saturday afternoon we will have some really huge Cape there in Iowa, South Dakota, and North Dakota especially. It's showing some values like more than 5,000 joules per kilogram there on Saturday afternoon. So please be aware of this threat coming. And then like by Sunday afternoon and evening, it shows some huge amounts of Cape in those areas too. So because there'll be the heat dome there, that they'll move from the west into the eastern U.S. So the temperatures will be very hot during the day, plus the storm system coming, and will cause a lot of instability there. So please be careful. And then by Monday afternoon and evening, still shows a lot of Cape there, but most of the severe weather will be like a little bit further south, like you saw in the day 4 outlook. So let's see. I'll show you some temperatures too. Let's see some possible dew points for Sunday there. Wait, so around the afternoon. So it shows some very big dew points there. So this is in Celsius. Wait, let me put this in Fahrenheit. Wait, sorry, this is not working here. So I got an alpha for Saturday. There'll be some really high dew points already. Shows even 78 Fahrenheit in some areas, and almost 80 Fahrenheit dew points parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and some areas there. This can always change, of course, but we better keep watching. And then by Sunday afternoon, it already shows some dew points like in the 70s there, and later into the evening, it shows some 70s, like late afternoon, and like into the night and evening there, into the 70s still. And for Monday, still shows some strong dew points in many areas. And let's see what else here. Some temperatures. So day 1 here is around 100 in the southwest and west, many areas of the west. For Friday today, in some 90s in the south, in the plains. And then we had that heat dome in the west to be transitioning east a little bit. We'll start getting more 100s in the plains, 90s in the Midwest, in the south, some high 90s. And then day 3 for Sunday, we'll get some really big 100s in the plains, like 107 possible, more 100s in the south, some 90s, in the southwest still some 100s. Day 4 max, it shows some 100s there still, and 90s in other areas, in the southwest still. Let's see, day 5 here, it shows a little bit milder there in the north, but still some 100s in the southern central plains, some 90s in the southwest too. And day 6 here, so still a little bit cooler there in the 70s, but still 100s in the south, in some 90s especially, and 90s there, and 100s in the southwest. And day 7 here, let's see, some 90s in the south and 100s in the southwest. So let's see here if we can get some heat in the seas here. So, but this is short range, I think. Wait, let me see. So this is next Thursday. No, wait, I'll check further. Sunday. Wait here, let's see. Wait, let's see. Monday. Wait, let me see. Here, so this is for Sunday. I think I'm not sure if this is the afternoon or something, because those numbers are complicated, but we can see here this stuff feels like temperature very much into the hundreds throughout the south, the plains, into the 90s there, parts of the northern plains. That feels like temperatures. And then I think this is for the morning on Sunday, and that was for the afternoon. Let's see for Saturday here. So here's, so I think this is for Saturday. Some feels like 100s in the plains, and the actual temperatures would be like 100s too. So let's see. Further into the late afternoon and evening, it still shows some 103, feels like, in some areas. So definitely very high temperatures coming to all of those areas. Please stay hydrated and protect yourself from the heat and everything. So let's see some other stuff. This is generally it, I think. But I can show you some hazards here, so you can see better. Let's see. So the hazardous heat there, moving through the plains into the east layer. The severe weather, still some heavy rain hazards in the southwest and in Alaska too. So this is day 3 through 7. So day 8 through 14, some excessive heat, some heavy rain, precipitation, and some rapid onset drought. There are even some high winds in the west, and the heavy rain and excessive heat. So this is it, I think. Stay safe.